There has been no other technological issue in Australia in the last couple of years that has dominated debate and opinion as much as the NBN. And so this week on Download This Show, the National Technology Program on ABC Radio and ABC Radio National, we decided to get some answers. Kelly Stevens joins us. She is from NBN Co. And we've been fielding your questions on Facebook Live and Twitter. And we're going to see if we can get some answers for you. So Kelly, are you ready?
I think so, Mark.
Great. People saying their actual limits, the speeds that they're actually getting are nowhere near as high as what they were sold. Why would that be?
You need to go back and you need to ask questions. You need to complain.
Okay, so
let's
role play it.
Tests.
I'm Telstra. You're annoyed. Call me. What are the sorts of questions you should be asking?
First of all, you need to know what package you signed up for. A large
Let's say
number
I did
of
25.
Okay, so then I say to you, you say to me, my speed test is coming up and I'm getting 10.
Yep.
Why? And they would probably say, have you run it consistently? Is it just a one-off? You'd say, no, I've run it at several different times. And you need to say to them, I need you to check. This is not what I paid for and this is not what should be happening. There seems to be an issue.
And what would be going on behind the scenes there? Why would that be the case?
It could be a number of things. Speed can be impacted or affected by anything. It could be your in-home equipment. It could be, there was a case the other day, it was in-home cabling. That's not our responsibility. A modem may need to be changed. Once your retailer has done all the tests, just like they would do nowadays, then they'll come to us and say, look, we can't find any problems here. There must be something wrong. Can you run some tests? And that's when we get involved. Whose
job is it to ensure reliability? Is it your job or is it the ISP's job? Because if you still own the network in sense and they're really just leasing bandwidth from you, for lack of a better term, surely the responsibility of its reliability ultimately falls with you.
We're one piece of the puzzle, so we need to be responsible for our part of the network. Each of the retailers by what we call pipeline between our network and their network, so they need to be responsible for that to make sure that operates. And then, of course, for their customers, they need to make sure that the equipment they've sent them, the modem, whatever, it works.
What are the sorts of things that can be done to ensure reliability to stop dropouts?
We have a network operations centre in Melbourne that monitors the entire network. I could call them and say, look, I've had a call from Mark. He's getting a lot of calls saying that this area, that there's a problem. So they would check for me, they would have a look. But it's the same, our technicians would check things, they'd monitor things. They can go out, they can actually physically have a look. They can look at the pillars where the jump rings happened. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts to it. We monitor the network regularly.
Do you guys have any control over how ISPs sell your network?
They're our partners, so, and that's sometimes confusing for people. They're our customers.
Right.
And the consumers are the retailers' customers. So yes, we work very closely with them to make sure that they've got all the information that they need in terms of education, but this is a big change for them as well. So, we work with them very closely to ensure that they understand our products. And obviously we've launched a whole range of new products, so they need to get their head around that as well. It's constantly evolving. We continue to work with them.
Because it strikes me just looking at the feedback coming in that a lot of your job involves tamping down or clarifying things that they have sold excitedly, and you're lending a little bit of reality to the sizzle that they sell. And I wonder if that's a somewhat complicated position as an organisation to be in.
Yeah, and I think that's because we call it an NBN service as well. So while we're the company, and then there's the NBN service, and I think that confuses a lot of people too. They're like, well, I'm with another retailer, but my NBN service is down. And that might not have anything to do with our network. Our network may be fine. We need to continue to work with our retailers to make sure that they've got the information that they need.
And what does success look like to you this time in 2018?
I think success looks like everybody understanding that the switch isn't automatic, that you actually need to do something. I think people understanding that it's an enormous project, and while we'd like to give it to everyone all at once, it's not possible. And for people to be realistic, that occasionally there is going to be an issue. We will work very hard with our retail partners to fix that. Not all of our technologies will be able to, at this stage, offer all of the speeds.
What do you think NBN can do better?
Our education piece, I think we need to do more of. I think that, this is a project that is going to everyone. We're not just talking about people who are interested in technology. We're talking about your grandma. We're talking about, people who probably might not have even turned on a computer in the last 5 years. Hard to believe, but, it's a real education piece right up and down from the whole spectrum, from people who would love a gig to people who would have no clue in the world what that means.
We've got a question from Jeremy here, and I think it's an interesting one that I'm not sure you've addressed, and I'm not sure if there even is an answer to it, but is there a potential for moving to fibre to the premises at some point later down the track? If you've already got a fibre to the node situation and maybe 3-4 years down the track you want to upgrade to premises, is there a protocol that already exists for that for people?
It's a great question, and it's one we get asked. I think, firstly, we need to concentrate on rolling this network out, rolling it out in its entirety, and then we can look at things like upgrade. And as I said, all of our technologies have an upgrade path, including fibre to the node.
Are you connected to the NBN yet?
I wish.
Really?
Our office isn't.
You're kidding.
My home isn't.
The NBN offices aren't connected to the NBN.
No, we are in line just like everyone else. It's funny, I'm on the phone to journalists. I'm saying, I'm just loading this. I'm like, I'm waiting. And they say,
bizarre.
Don't you have it? And
you know how weird that is, right?
Of course.
All right, there is much more to this discussion around the NBN. You can find the full podcast with Kelly right now on the RN website. My name's Mark Fennell, and thank you so much for watching.